yes, it's finally been confirmed for real now. The iPhone 15 Pro will be getting an action button which will replace the ringer switch. And I apologize in advance, but I told you so. Over a week ago, I made this video saying that the action button is confirmed for the 15 Pro, where I put all the puzzle pieces and leaks together and it just made sense. Well, now we got confirmation from a hugely reputable source that says he has an inside guy within Apple who confirmed not only the action button, but the specific details on how the brand new solid-state haptic volume and power buttons will work even when your iPhone is dead. So let's jump into all these leaks before I explain why Apple is even doing this in the first place. Now, the leak is from Anonymous AD on MacRumors forums, who is actually the same guy who confirmed the new pill-shaped dynamic island last year in August before the September event, so he definitely has a really good source. And as for today's leak, he even said to not take the info with a grain of salt, with this leak being fully definite, and it even matches the other various CADs that were leaked, so I fully believe he's right. The first thing he confirmed was that the iPhone 15 Pro will replace the mute ringer switch that iPhones have had since the original iPhone with a brand new action button. This idea was first speculated about when some new CADs were released over a week ago showing off this new button. The idea here is that you'll be able to fully customize and program this button to do many different actions like opening various apps, functions, switching between modes like low power mode or light and dark mode, or even triggering custom shortcuts. Joe Rosignol from MacRumors mentioned that it's essentially the back tap feature that we've had already, but integrated directly into this new action button. And then if you want to mute, you would simply long press the button to mute your iPhone, or maybe Apple will allow you to customize both short and long presses. I think this is an excellent idea from Apple because right now, all it does is mute your phone, and some people like myself always keep it muted and basically never touch the switch unless I'm anxious or bored and need something to fidget with. Now, the other part of the leak is some really awesome specifics on how the new action, volume, and power buttons will work, specifically because we know they're getting replaced with solid-state buttons that don't actually move or click at all. Each side is going to have a Taptic engine built in that vibrates to make it feel just like a real click. Apple has actually been doing this for years with the solid-state Touch ID button that's still present today on the iPhone SE, as well as their MacBook Force Touch trackpads, which are the best in the business. And yes, Ming-Chi Kuo already confirmed that only the new iPhone 15 Pro models will be getting these new buttons, and there will be 2 new Taptic engines, while the regular iPhone 15 will continue to only have 1. Now, the only problem with these solid-state buttons is that they don't work at all when the device is off or when the battery dies. But guess what this MacRumors leaker has just confirmed? Apparently, his inside source at Apple's dev team has confirmed that the iPhone 15 Pro models will come with a new microprocessor that will replace Apple's current super low energy mode, which is currently built into the main chip. Now, if you didn't already know, that low energy mode already allows you to do certain small tasks on current iPhones, like using Apple Pay when your iPhone is dead, or being able to track the location of your iPhone, yes, when it is dead, which is a super impressive feature. Now, apparently, the new microprocessor will allow the new solid-state buttons on the 15 Pro models to function perfectly, including button presses, holds, and 3D touch detection, even when your phone is powered down or dead. That was essentially the only concern people had when Ming-Chi Kuo leaked this information about the buttons a while back, and it looks like Apple has solved it. Not only that, but it's even being tested with and without Taptic engine feedback, so it might even click and vibrate when it's powered off, but he's not 100% sure. Now, he also mentioned that this new microchip will take on the Find My, Bluetooth, ultra-wideband, and Apple Pay Express card features while the phone is off, which will greatly improve power consumption, meaning that these features will last for even longer than they currently do after your phone is off or it dies. So here's a helpful screenshot that explains exactly what will work during each scenario. And as for the volume buttons, the inside man says that there are 2 possible options for how they'll work, with the first one being based on how hard you press each side of the volume rocker, making volume increase or decrease quicker. And the other one is being able to swipe up and down on the volume rocker itself, which by the way is now one long volume rocker instead of individual buttons, so it could adjust the volume just like that, which is actually exactly how the AirPods Pro 2 work right now. So it's going to be easy for Apple to reuse the same software from the AirPods and bring it to the new volume slider on the iPhone 15 Pro models. The source just isn't sure which method will be used right away, or if it's going to be enabled during an iOS 17 software update later on after these phones get released. Now, the big question people have right now is how is it going to work with cases? And I think the Force Touch side buttons will be just fine since they're going to be very sensitive, but I don't think the swipe up and down features will work with cases that cover up the entire phone and the buttons. So if Apple decides to add the swiping features to the volume rocker, expect all iPhone 15 Pro cases to have huge cutouts where the volume button is for swiping up and down, just like this case right here. And finally, let's answer the question of why Apple would make this change. First of all, Apple does major iPhone chassis redesigns every 3 years, and this change is pretty cool and very unique since no other Android phone offers a feature like this. Solid-state buttons that work very, very well. And another reason is that the physical buttons we currently have right now do actually wear down, losing their clickiness over time, especially the mute switch, and sometimes the buttons stop working altogether, so this redesign will fix those issues. Now, on top of that, solid-state buttons will actually help with further waterproofing since there are no cracks or gaps whatsoever, reducing the chance that water will get into it when you're in deep water. Now, the removal of the SIM card tray is already having that effect in the US, and I think over the next couple of years, they're gonna remove it globally. And why would Apple do this? Well, I personally believe that Apple wants to create a fully waterproof phone even in salt water. Yes, the saltwater ocean, just like the Apple Watch does right now. And the only way that's going to happen is that if Apple seals off all the gaps by getting rid of the SIM card tray, getting rid of the physical buttons, which they're doing this year, and of course getting rid of the port, which is going to be USB-C, which I think they're going to do in 3 years when it's time to fully redesign the phone again in 2026. Now, the crazy thing is that Apple has been working on patents where the touchscreen will actually work when underwater, and the patent images even show off recording underwater in the ocean at Mavericks, California, which is a popular surfing location. So that is why I think Apple is going to create a fully waterproof iPhone in 2026 using the MagSafe wireless charging feature exclusively for charging, and the first step towards that goal is of course getting rid of the physical buttons and the SIM card tray. This will make it the most unique smartphone in the world, making people feel very confident with the waterproofing, because if it can handle salt water in the ocean, it should have zero issues with a simple rinse under the sink to clean off any sticky spills or anything like that. And that right there is gonna make it sell from Apple's marketing perspective. So with that said, I think the iPhone 15 Pro will be a huge deal and the perfect time to upgrade your iPhone. So go ahead and share your thoughts down below and click the circle above to subscribe for more videos like this one. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.